Billy C here, and we're here for our second YouTube show. I hope you liked the first one, but we're going to try and keep this up. So I want to talk about the fights last night. Antonio Tarver against bad Chad Dawson on HBO. First of all, Chad ain't so bad, in my opinion. He fights in spurts, and he was fighting a 40-year-old that didn't do much. Despite my pick, I was wrong. I thought maybe Antonio Tarver would have fought a little better than he did, but Dawson won a decision again in another boring fight. Couldn't compare to last week's Manny Pacquiao against Ricky Hatton's fight. Couldn't compare so much that HBO decided to show it again, which I thought was kind of cool, you know. But so if you missed it, if you didn't pay the $55 or whatever they charge you, you got to see it last night. So Friday night fights was another disappointment for me. Anyway, Brian Vera fought Craig McEwen. And to tell you the truth, I thought the fight was either a draw or Brian Vera won the fight. But you know what's happened today? Networks like ESPN and HBO specifically, they've become promoters. They have their guys and they promote their guys. You know, and it makes me sick. And another thing that makes me sick is B-Hop behind a microphone. If you didn't watch ESPN Friday Night Fights, what are they thinking? I mean, does Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions really give them that much money where they have to sit and we have to suffer and listen to B-Hop behind a microphone? I'm not taking anything away from his talents inside the ring, but outside the ring, he's awful behind a microphone or behind a camera. Okay, for years, he was the bad guy we all love to hate. Now all of a sudden, he's a good guy. Hey, let's put him in front of the camera. Try and speak eloquently, B-Hop. He can't. He's not that kind of a guy. Don't make him be somebody he's not. End of story. Please, ESPN, get him out of there. He's awful. He's almost, he's a good fighter inside the ring. Their other guest analyst is BJ Flores, who's a joke. To me, he shames the sport of boxing, but he's a good announcer. He's a good analyst. Behind the mic, he's good. In the ring, he sucks. But behind the mic, he's good. Reverse with B-Hop. We don't want B-Hop. At least I don't want B-Hop behind the mic. Am I the only one? Hey, sorry. But if not, drop me an email. You can communicate with me anytime, Billy@talkinboxing.com. That's TALKIN boxing.com. Another fight that took place that moved at the last minute was Hector Camacho Sr., 46 years old this guy is, against Yuri Boy Campus. The New Jersey State Athletic Commission. Sorry, New York, you're just as bad. But in this particular case, it was New Jersey. Aaron Davis, who's the commissioner, decided on Monday that fight wasn't going to happen, which I thought was awful. Commissions get these bout sheets a month before, at least 3 weeks before. He could have told the promoters in this case that he wasn't going to let Camacho fight or Yuri Boy. At the last minute, they picked up and moved the whole show to Florida. I don't know how it was a pay-per-view. I wouldn't have paid for it, but I don't know how the results came or anything. But the fight ended in a draw, so that takes care of that. This coming weekend, we got a couple of good fights that you got to make sure you check out. And before I get into that, Orlando Solis, which is a Cuban heavyweight fighter, a lot of promise on him. What does he do? He backs out of the Frezuquendo fight. Makes me wonder. Frezuquendo is a guy that nobody really wants to fight, and Orlando Solis was a guy that everybody thought was so good. He's got to beat guys like Frezuquendo, and on the other side of the coin, Frezuquendo beats Solis, and he's right back in the mix. So to me, I thought that was a travesty that the Cuban fighter backed out. If you recall his last fight on ESPN, he didn't look all that great. So in any event, some fights that you definitely have to keep an eye on next weekend. Of course, the big one I believe it's on Showtime, is Edison Miranda against Andre Ward. Very important fight for both fighters. Edison Miranda is a big talker. He likes to talk smack. And every time he's stepped up his level of opposition, he's pretty much been knocked out. Kelly Pavlik knocked him out. And the bottom line is Andre Ward, Olympic fighter, everybody thought that he was going to be, bust onto the scene and take no prisoners kind of an attitude, but some injuries that slowed him up. I think it's an important fight for him so he can move on in his career, and I think it's an important fight for Miranda to see where his career is going to go. So big fight on Showtime, so try not to miss that. On Friday Night Fights, my man Joe DeGuardia and his Star Boxing is going to put their heavyweight prize. He's going to be fighting Kevin Kingpin Johnson. Kevin's got a lot of talent. He's got speed, he's got size, he's got power in the heavyweight division. My only knock on him is that he hasn't really fought anybody really, really tough. He's fought some former tough guys, but of late he hasn't really fought anybody tough. He is taking on Monty Barrett, so I think that's going to be a pretty good test for him on Friday Night Fights. There's another fight I want you to make sure you try to catch, and you won't be able to see it live here in the States, but for all my UK fans, I know you guys are going to be watching it. It's a heavyweight. His name is Martin Rogan, and Martin Rogan is fighting Sam Sexton in Belfast next weekend. And the bottom line is this guy, Martin Rogan, he won the UK's version of the Contender Series. He's a 37-year-old cab driver, okay? He won that, and they stuck him in a fight for the heavyweight, the Commonwealth heavyweight title against Matt Skelton not too long ago, and he beat him. Do yourself a favor. Right here on YouTube, punch up Matt Rogan versus Matt Skelton and watch the YouTube fight of that. Not only is it a fantastic fight and you're going to fall in love with this kid, Matt Rogan, but you're going to notice something else. Number one, the referee did a great job by not, breaking them up as soon as they fought inside. He let them fight inside. That's a style. Infighting used to be very big back in the day, in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. Infighting would separate the good fighters from the bad fighters. Today, all we separate are the fighters, and we don't get to see infighting. So if you're not a boxer, you don't really get to showcase your skills, and you don't get to showcase defensive skills. Keep an eye on that, and keep an eye on the non-bias, the way the announcers announced that fight. They were non-biased, which is very rare in these days. Like I told you, HBO and ESPN, all they care about are their fighters. So you hear them talking about it. And incidentally, Teddy Atlas, who is a very good announcer, very good analyst, I have trouble speaking today, he normally can't score a fight to save his life, but he did a fantabulous job on Friday with the Vera fight, McWan fight. I agree with him. It should have been a draw. Make sure you tune into the radio show. I know you're going to love this show. My show, live, 6 to 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I know you're still sleeping, the whole nine. But, you can watch it on the Internet. You can download it. Just visit the site, www. I'll spell it for you, TALKIN Boxing, BOXING.com, and learn how you can subscribe. We have different versions of the podcast. One is for free, and one you pay $15 a year for. You get 250 shows, specials, plus speaking of shows. We're scheduled to do one May 30th in Canada. Look forward for that. If you tune into our show, you're going to hear the blast from the past. This week is going to feature a fighter named Sammy Angot. Greatest fighters that I want to hear from you. Are they good? Are they bad? Should they be in the Hall of Fame? The whole nine. This week we're going to focus on Azuma Nelson, the professor himself. Last week it was Boom Boom Mancini. Also, we'll be announcing our Legend versus Legend, and we're introducing our new segment where we take great fights in the history of the sport, and we talk about them. And this week we're featuring a fight from July 8th, 1889. Couple of years after I was born, and that's going to feature Jake Kilrain against the man himself, John L. Sullivan. But all of that comes up on the show. Make sure you check it out. Again, the website, www.talkinboxing.com, TALKINboxing.com. It's only 10 minutes here on YouTube because that's all they let me talk, but I talk for an hour and a half every single day, Monday through Friday. Make sure you tune in. See you next week. Ciao.